Bueno, el día de hoy tenemos al alcalde Tim Keller, que de nuevo se va a postular para la alcaldía de Albuquerque. Bienvenido, alcalde. Welcome.
Thank you.
¿Qué hará el alcalde Tim Keller para que nuestra comunidad sea una más segura y para que haya esa confianza entre la comunidad y también la policía?
When we came into office, our police department was falling apart. There was low trust in the community, officers were leaving, and crime started going up. So we have rebuilt our police department, and now we are through the Department of Justice consent decree, which is a community trust building process, and so we're in a much better place. Our officer numbers are increasing, but also we are betting on something different than just more police. Technology and civilians. So now we send civilians to 150,000 calls over the last few years instead of officers. So that's how we're building trust, but then it frees up officers to fight violent crime. So now, as a result, every crime category is finally going down, but it's down from an all-time high. So we have a long way to go, which is why I'm asking for another term.
¿Qué está pasando también con la indigencia y la adicción de drogas y qué es su plan para eso?
So what we're trying to do is build a system so that folks who are on the street can actually get help and addiction treatment. Because what's been happening in the past is the city actually played zero role, nothing. We didn't do anything for homelessness until I came in, and we've been building a system from scratch. So yes, part of it is about beds in the gateway system. So now we take care of 1,000 people every night. But the idea is, what do those 1,000 people, where do they go next? We want them to go into housing, which we'll talk about later. But we also want them to make sure that they have options for treatment. So we're just added about 200 treatment beds, but we need thousands. So that's also why I'm asking the county and the state to also step up, because this is a New Mexico and it's an American problem, and we have to have thousands of beds for treatment, or we're going to continue to see what we see.
¿Qué va a hacer el alcalde Tim Keller para que disminuya el costo de vivienda, pero también la falta de vivienda?
Well, for housing, we know we have a 20,000 unit housing shortage. So here again, we're up against like decades of problems that have been piling up, and what I try to do is face them head on. But we're doing real answers, so we're building houses fast. So we're converting all these rundown hotels on Central that are like nests for crime, and we're converting them into housing. Giant office buildings like Central and San Mateo, converting it to housing. So now we've added about 3,000 new housing units, but we're also legalizing all sorts of other kinds of housing, like more duplexes, more townhomes, and casitas for everyone in their backyard. And so we do that through the zoning code. It's a little bit boring, but it's a big deal. And we've done more changes in the last 4 years than we have in the last 40 together. So going forward, we see our housing stock rising, which will decrease rent prices and housing prices.
¿Cuál es su plan para atraer mejores empleos a Albuquerque, pero también para apoyar pequeños negocios que se sabe que para que se estén aquí los burqueños?
So we really have two parts to our plan for jobs. One is supporting our small businesses, and that includes our restaurants, that includes all our folks who do different kind of construction work around the city. And the idea is we're subsidizing them to hire 10 extra people. It's called an increment of 10. And we basically pay for half the salary for 18 months. So that's one slice on how we're helping small business. The other side of the equation is training the workforce. So now in our schools, in APS, we're starting a career academy program that has to do with whether it's like steel work or electricians, all the trades. They're coming back to our high schools. And so we have that program in 4 high schools now, and if I keep going with APS, we're going to have it in every high school in the next few years.
¿Cómo va a trabajar con las escuelas y organizaciones locales para mejorar la educación aquí en Albuquerque?
Well, one of the things we're doing is we're trying to make sure that we have internships for high school kids to both keep them out of trouble, but also help them line up for a job. And so we've committed with APS to have 1,000 internships over the next few years. And so that's a lot of kids that we can help in that way. The city isn't in charge of the schools, right? The state is. So we try and supplement. And the other thing is after school programs and summer programs. So we now are able to actually help 30,000 kids every year before and after school and over the summer, keeping them busy, keeping them active. And my kids are in APS also, and they're actually in these summer programs and in the after school programs. They're wonderful, and we want that for every kid in Albuquerque.
¿Cómo va a garantizar que todas las personas, sin importar su estatus migratorio, se sientan seguros en la ciudad? Pero también qué está haciendo para las otras preocupaciones por inmigrantes que cometen algún tipo de delito.
So I have put in place through executive order twice now our immigrant-friendly policy. And this actually does both of those things, which is sort of interesting. So one is, it says that no city workers can work in any way with ICE at all, including police and fire. So people should feel safe no matter what to call 911 and police and fire. The second thing it does is it says we don't collect information, so we're never going to ask for status or papers or anything like that. And that allows us also we can share all the information we have because we don't have any. And so that allows us to stay compliant with federal law. But also, make no mistake, if you commit a crime, APD will arrest you. Because it is also true they will arrest you without checking your status or without asking your papers. So we will fight crime and protect our families and stand up for immigrants at the same time.
Bueno, y queremos agradecer al alcalde Tim Keller por estar aquí con nosotros en Telemundo Nuevo México, y recuerde que puede ver la entrevista del alcalde, al igual que la de los otros candidatos, en telemundonuevomexico.com. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.